5 mistakes that cost car accident victims the settlement they deserve. You're shaken after a crash and just want to get home. It's understandable, but that's when people skip the police report, they don't wait on medical care, or just decide to casually talk to the adjuster. Each of those choices can cost you dearly, and if you miss Florida's 14-day window, your PIP insurance can be denied, and one recorded call can undercut your claim. In this video, I'll show you the 5 mistakes that keep Floridians from getting paid after an accident, and exactly what to do instead in the first hours and days. Hi, I'm Doug Burnetti, and I've been handling auto crash cases for over 30 years. And let's get right into mistake number 1, not calling the police right away. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see as a personal injury lawyer. It might seem like a hassle, or maybe you're worried the other driver is upset, or you just want to handle things quickly and get home. But here's the truth. Skipping the call to 911 can cost you everything when it comes to getting your fair settlement. Think about it this way. If there's no official police report, it's basically your word against the other drivers. That report is the first thing insurance companies look for. It has the details of the crash, what happened, when, where, statements from the drivers and witnesses, sometimes even the officer's opinion on who caused it. All of that is critical. I've had clients who came in weeks after a crash with no police report. They thought exchanging insurance information was enough. But when the other driver changed their story or refused to admit fault, my client was in a much tougher spot. The insurance companies love this. It gives them a reason to delay or deny your claim. In Florida, the law says you have to report a car accident to the police if there's injury, death, or property damage over $500. But even if you're not sure you're hurt or the damage looks small, call anyway. Some injuries don't show up immediately, and repair bills add up fast. It's much better to have a report and not need it than to need it and not have it. The bottom line, call the police every single time. Let them make the record. You'll thank yourself later. Number 2, not getting medical care right away. Another major mistake that stops car accident victims from getting paid in Florida is waiting too long to see a doctor. Maybe you're hoping the pain in your neck or back will go away in a few days. Maybe you're worried about medical bills, but if you delay, you're giving the insurance company exactly what they want, a reason to say you really weren't hurt. Florida is a no-fault law state, which means your own insurance, which is your personal injury protection insurance, pays for your initial medical bills no matter who caused the crash. But, and this is huge, you have to seek medical care within 14 days of the incident. If you don't, that coverage might be denied. That is money lost. Even for injuries that don't seem serious right away, you need to have yourself checked out. I've seen people walk away from crashes feeling fine. 2 days later, they can barely get out of bed. The body sometimes hides pain or injury until the adrenaline from the accident wears off. Insurance companies will look at your medical records. If there's a gap between the accident and your first visit to the doctor, they'll argue, if you were really hurt, wouldn't you have gone to the doctor sooner? This argument can wreck your claim. If you don't have a regular doctor, just go to an urgent care clinic or the ER. At the very least, get checked and get it documented. The paper trail protects you and your case. Number 3, talking directly to the insurance company without legal help. This mistake happens all the time. You get a call from the other driver's insurance company, they seem friendly, they say they just need to see your side of the case to, quote, process the claim faster. It feels easy to just tell them what happened. Here's why you shouldn't. Insurance adjusters are trained to minimize payouts. Their job isn't to help you, it's to save their company money. They may ask leading questions, record your call, or get you to say things you think sound harmless until they're used against you later. For example, you might say, "I'm feeling okay," just to be polite. Later, when you file the claim for neck pain that shows up 3 days later, the insurance company will point out your words to you as proof that you weren't hurt. Or they might ask you to describe the crash and twist your words to suggest you were at fault. In Florida, these statements you make to the insurance companies can absolutely be used to deny or reduce your claim. Once you've spoken, it's hard to take those words back, even if you misspoke or didn't understand the question. Here's a real example. I had a client who spoke with the insurance adjuster right after a crash. She was shaken up and didn't remember all the details. Later, when the facts came out, her story didn't line up exactly, and the insurance company jumped on that. It led to months of delays and a much lower settlement offer. Don't give a recorded statement, don't sign any documents, and don't agree to anything without talking to a lawyer who knows how to handle these calls. Your attorney can talk for you, or at the very least, prepare you for what to say and what not to say within the realm of it being true. You do have to tell the truth, but the lawyer can help you not mess up your case. Number 4, not collecting evidence at the scene. When you're in a car crash, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, scared, or even angry. But if you're physically able, gathering evidence right at the scene can make or break your case down the road. Too many people trust that the police or insurance companies will figure it out. Here's why that's risky. Photos are your friend. Take pictures of everything: your car, the other car, the road, skid marks, traffic signs, the scene of the incident, injuries, anything you think that might be important. Memory fades and details get lost, but photos are hard to argue with. And don't just take pictures from one angle. Get close-ups of the damage, snap wide shots that show where the cars ended up, photograph the weather. For example, was it raining, sunny, dark? Capture license plates, and if you see any debris or broken car parts, get those too. If there are witnesses, ask for their names and contact information. Don't just rely on the police to get it. Oftentimes the police will not get the witnesses' information. Sometimes witnesses leave before the officers arrive, or their contact information never makes it into the report. I once had a case where a client snapped a quick photo of broken glass on the driver's seat. It turned out to be crucial evidence later, proving her side of the story about how the crash happened. Without that, it would have been her word against the other driver's word. Remember, you don't have to play detective, but the more evidence you collect at the scene, the stronger your case will be. If you're badly hurt, ask someone else at the scene to help: a friend, a family member, or even a bystander. Number 5, settling too quickly or signing without understanding. The final mistake that costs so many car accident victims in Florida from getting paid is settling for too little, too fast. Insurance companies know you're stressed out, maybe missing work, facing medical bills. They use the pressure to their advantage by offering a quick settlement, sometimes just days or weeks after the crash. It might sound tempting to take the money and move on, especially if it seems like enough to cover your car repairs or some doctor's visits. But here's the catch. Once you sign that release or accept that check, your claim is done. You can't come back later if your symptoms get worse or you need more treatment. I had a client who accepted a $2,500 settlement after a crash. She thought it would cover her bills. A month later, she needed back surgery. The cost? Way beyond what she got. And the insurance company wasn't responsible anymore. She had already signed away her rights by signing a release. Medical issues can take weeks or even months to show up fully. Florida law gives you 2 years from the date of the incident to file a personal injury lawsuit. But if you settle right away, you lose that right instantly, right when you sign that release. Never sign anything from the insurance company without reading it carefully and talking to a lawyer. A good attorney will help you understand what you're giving up. Make sure your injuries are fully assessed and push for a fair settlement, not just a fast one. Protect yourself. Don't let these mistakes cost you. So if you take one thing from this, let it be this: most people lose out on fair compensation not because they don't have a real case, but because they make one of these avoidable mistakes: not calling the police, not getting checked by a doctor, talking to insurance companies without help, leaving evidence at the scene, or settling without real advice. Any one of these can cost you money and peace of mind. Here's what I recommend. Take your time, protect your rights, and reach out for guidance before making big decisions. That's how you make sure you're treated fairly. If you found this helpful, you're going to want to watch my next video, 3 Steps to Filing a Wrongful Death Claim. We'll break down exactly what you need to do if you've lost someone tragically, step by step, so you're not left in the dark or taken advantage of by insurance companies. You don't want to miss it. See you over there.